Alright, so this year, as I've done the past 2 years, I made a Halloween costume. Now, you guys probably weren't aware of this, because I didn't mention it. At least, I don't think I did. But anyways, I made a Halloween costume, and now I'm going to show it to you. Now, before I get started, I'd like to point out that this is what I want my Halloween costume to look like. And I do this because, apparently, not a lot of people have seen Prometheus, because when I showed them, no one really recognized it. I mean, even after I told them it was from Prometheus, most of them just said that they hadn't seen that movie. And this is what I got it to look like. You see that they're pretty close, so I wanted to provide this comparison to show you, alright, here's what I wanted it to look like, here's what I got it to look like, kind of show you how close they are. Now, the first part of my costume is these sweatpants and t-shirt. And I wear these because the morph suit is skin tight, but this is a spacesuit, so it's supposed to be a little bulkier, so I wear these to make it a little bulkier. And then, to make it easier to put on, and to avoid weird bumps, I tuck my sweatpants into my sock, and I do the same with my t-shirt into my sweatpants. Then, the next part of the costume is this morph suit, which we felt had a good, nice jumpsuit feel, and would be good as kind of the base layer, which we put the rest of the costume onto. Because it's also, a nice blue, like in the movie. The only difference between how I wear the morph suit and how you're supposed to wear the morph suit is I don't have the head thing up. I take this off and just tuck it in here for when I'm wearing the costume, because they don't have that head thing in the movie. The next part of the costume were these boots, and I don't only have one up here. Of course, I'm actually going to wear two, it's just I have one up here for display purposes. And these are actually my Darth Vader boots. Well, officially my Renaissance Festival boots, but I use them more for Darth Vader. And while the boots in the movie aren't actually leather, they're like a metal, like a hard metal, you couldn't really find boots like that. And, these do look pretty similar, so I figured they worked. The next part of my costume is this motorcycle armor, which we bought. And this does look definitely very similar to the armor from the movie Prometheus. Plus, it also has the added advantage of, having these shoulder pads, and then having the upper arm armor. So, I thought that looked pretty cool. And then, for the logo on front, what we did is we printed out the logo that's on their spacesuits, added double-sided tape to the back, and then cut it out. And then we just taped it on here, so I feel it looks pretty good. But then, since the motorcycle armor doesn't have the neck piece, for obvious reasons, we made one ourselves, and what we did is we cut out plastic, and then molded it, and then we taped the ends together with black duct tape, and it looks pretty good, I think. And then we also added foam to the inside to give it a thicker look, and then we added Velcro to the bottoms, which will then just attach to Velcro also added onto the motorcycle armor. Then, the next part of the costume is this leg armor. And we did, as a similar thing to what we did with the neck armor, is we cut out plastic and again molded it. And then we added these straps to the end, which we attached Velcro on each side. And we added 2 of them, as you can see, which will then wrap around my leg and keep it secure. And to also help with that, we added these little Velcro pieces here, so that'll stick to the morph suit and keep it in place better. And yes, I have 2. Same thing with the boots. Then the next part of the costume is this belt, which I have one of. And for this, we cut out a piece of wood, which we then painted to look like a buckle. And on the back of it, we stapled another strap to it. And then on the end of the strap, we added this actual buckle, which, actually works. And this will be on the back of the costume, so it'll look like this is the actual buckle. And I think that just looks pretty cool. Then, moving on up to the head with this leather cap thing, I took this old airplane hat costume piece, and then the strips on the end were too long, so I folded them in and taped them. I didn't cut them in case we end up using this for its intended purpose again. And then we added this yellow duct tape to it, and wrote my name on it, along with the Wayland symbol, because, in the movie they have their names on it with the Wayland symbol under it. And I just think it's really cool that it's got my name on it. Then, the next part of the costume is these gloves, and while I know the morph suit has its own gloves, they don't look like the ones from the movie, because the ones in the movie have the, the black armor plating stuff. And these gloves, which we found at Menards, also have this kind of, black, like, rubbery padding, which actually looks pretty similar to the armor on the gloves in the movie. And we just managed to find this at Menards, which I just thought was really cool. And furthermore, the blue fabric here looks like my morph suit. So yeah, I'm actually kind of impressed that we were able to find this. Then, the last part of the costume we have are these lower arm armor pieces. Which again, like the boots and the leg armor and the gloves, I have 2 of. And what we did is we, again, cut out plastic and molded it. And what we did is we actually cut the bracer into 2 pieces, and then taped them together with black duct tape to create a hinge so, they can open and close easier. And then to secure them together, we took more of those strips and then glued them onto one end of the bracers. And on the other end of the strip, we attached Velcro. And then we attached the other piece of Velcro on the other end of the bracer, so that will just, stick together. But yeah, that was my 2012 Halloween costume. Hope you enjoyed it, and see ya!